Hello everyone. I will be talking about quality function deployment in this presentation. Quality function deployment, commonly known as QFD, is a process through which we capture the voice of customers. The firms capture the voice of customers and transform them into engineering characteristics of the new products they are developing or the existing products they are about to redefine. It's basically defining customers' needs and requirement and then planning and producing something that is in accordance with the needs told by the customers. Now the next thing, a very important thing in QFD is voice of the customers, commonly known as VOC. VOC is simply a market research technique which is used to collect a detailed data about the needs and wants of the customers. And VOC is generally conducted at the start of a new product development, or it can also be conducted when a company is going to relaunch or is about to bring a change in its product. VOC is the driving force behind QFD, and it basically gives the idea that the customer should dictate what the attributes of the product have to be. Now, there are certain advantages of quality function deployment of QFD. Number one is that it is a customer driven strategy and it focuses on the requirements and the needs of the customers and not on what the company wants to do. It also reduces the implementation time. It limits the post introduction problems because of the research you conduct at the start, so that you design a product in accordance with the customer's needs and then you don't have to change too many specifications after the launch of the product, and it avoids failure. Now the flow of a quality function deployment is something we can see in this slide. Now there is the first step is planning the product or product planning, in which we define and prioritize the customer's needs and analyze the competitive opportunities. We plan a product through which we can tap the market or through which we can uh, connect with the customer. The second part is the assembly part deployment. In this part we assemble uh, the parts, the critical part, identify and assemble the critical parts of the products we are about to launch or we are about to make. The third process is process planning, or the third portion is process planning, in which we determine the critical processes of the new product development or the existing change which we are going to conduct. And the final part is process quality control, in which we determine the characteristics of the product and establish process control methods and parameters. Now this is how a simple or a basic house of quality looks like. Now here we have customer requirements which we get through the market survey and we list them in order. Here we have the technical descriptions or the voice of the organization, what company wants to make, or what the firms are trying to make. Now here we have the relationship between the requirements and the descriptors. We see how they match and how closely they are connected. And at the right side and at the bottom we basically complete ourselves and check what we are doing. Now I will try to explain quality function deployment with the help of an example, and so it's an example of launching a new remote control. So here we can see these are the customer requirements which the company must have carefully listed as per the customers as per the market research or the surveys. So we have multi-function buttons, RC attract, remote control should be attractive, remote control should be easy to see, remote control should be easy to find, remote control should be easy to hold. And these here we have the technical requirements like dimensions of the remote control, size of the buttons, color of the remote control, color of the buttons, and other things. Here we have the target values of the technical requirements. So if we see the dimension of the remote control, the targeted value is 6 by 18 by 2 centimeters. So we have the target values of technical aspects list down here. Now, now here we have the relationships with this legend. So we can see that the relationship between the dimension of the remote control and its ease of being seen is very small, as indicated by a triangle, and the relationship of the remote control's easiness to hold is strongly related to dimensions of the remote control chassis. So this whole graph is plotted with the relationships of customer requirements to the technical requirements and how the customer requirements are going to affect the technical requirements of the remote control. At this side we have the competitive evaluation with two other firms who are producing same kinds of remote control. So if we have a scale of 1 to 5, our company, which is X, is making a remote control which is which is easy to hold than the remote controls made by companies A and B, and so on so forth. We have compared our remote control with all the remote controls they are produced by companies A and B. Then here we have the technical evaluation, the technical side of we have compared the technical attributes of our remote control with the remote controls produced by the companies A and B. So this is how a practical uh, house of quality or a quality function deployment looks like, and I hope this presentation was helpful to you. Thank you very much.